Thank you so much for having me. I'm Dr. Victoria J. Hart, and today I will be speaking on the art of character. I was led to do this lesson by a quote by Booker T. Washington, which goes, quote, "I shall allow no man to belittle my soul by making me hate him," unquote. So I just wanted to kind of jump into the message. It will probably be almost 10 minutes for this one because of all of the quotes and different things that I'd like to share with you. I'd like to open up with a word of prayer. From Psalms 19:14, may the words of my mouth and the meditations of my heart please be acceptable in your sight. I ask everyone within my listening voice to please be touched by this message, and if not, I ask for it to be passed on to someone that will be blessed by it. I ask for your safe travels and your return to your destinations. Amen. Who does hate change? What conditions does hate improve? The answers to these questions may be surprising. Hate, like prayer, can change the person involved in the activity, while the person who may be the target of the hate can be unaffected. If a person kicks a brick wall that is before him, he is the one who gets hurt, not the wall. Hate doesn't change the person to whom this energy is directed. In this context, it may diminish the person doing the hating. For example, could an energy that begins as hate be redirected to reverse the direction toward learning the joy of unlimited love? Does a redirection of our attitudes by applying wisdom to the natural impulse of hating make it more beneficial than dangerous? In his book, Your Four Great Emotions, David Seabury states, quote, "In trying to understand hate and turn it into something useful, which it is not impossible to do, a most important principle relating to emotion should become common knowledge. That the fact that most of the expression of hate is the result of fear. If we do not know that it is largely fear that makes us hate, we can be constantly acting unjustly without realizing it," unquote. Certainly, we can individually control our personal outlook on life as well as our attitudes. We are gifted by the Creator with the tool of decision, our power of choice. The power to choose is the most enlivening human characteristic. So could choosing to do research and education in the area of thought control benefit each individual and help us build a life that is safe, sane, and more productive? How can greater research and diligence help us direct our emotions in a positive way in a more productive direction? African American educator Booker T. Washington was keenly aware of the power of choice when he said, quote, "I shall allow no man to belittle my soul by making me hate him," unquote. In his early years, Washington lived in poverty so severe that he went to work at an early age of 9. He could easily have blamed his situation on difficult circumstances and used these as an excuse for hatred. But instead, he managed to harness his energies and channel them into improving his personal life and that of others. Booker T. Washington is an excellent example because he worked as a janitor to obtain an education. The method he believed would lead to self-improvement and eventual improvement of conditions for humankind. Rather than viewing himself as a victim of difficult circumstances, he took command of his life. After graduation, he accepted a position as the head of a new school for black people in Tuskegee, Alabama. The challenges inherent in a major new project, little money, no equipment, lack of appropriate building, etc., did not deter a man with a goal and the determination to obtain that goal. Rather than wasting valuable energies in unproductive arguments or resentment, he directed his inspiration and enthusiasm to fulfill a vision of the education for many. Booker T. Washington allowed no man to belittle his soul because he remained responsible for his inward self, and he knew that only he could control his inner being. Herbert Spencer is quoted by saying, "Education has for its object the formation of character." Sir Philip Sidney also said, quote, "They are never alone that are accompanied with noble thoughts," unquote. William James said, quote, I have often thought that the best way to define a man's character would be to seek out the particular mental or moral attitude in which, when it comes upon him, he felt most deeply and intensely active and alive. At such moments, there is a voice inside which speaks and says, quote, "This is the real me," unquote. So this is just some thoughts about character. I mean, just plenty of stories out there that kind of share, and as well as in these spiritual laws of living, there's plenty of things that just really support moral and values and ethics. And basically, when we get these personally, they're carried over in our business. And that is the direction that we are going in. People want to deal with people that they can trust. And through trusting them, they have ethical behavior. So that is one of the purposes of doing the laws of spiritual living. Because these laws are true to accelerate your purpose and your reason for your destiny. I thank you again for tuning in. And I pray that you're blessed by the message. Have a great day.